The key to being an awesome dad is aging without maturing. Anonymous. All right. Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Liberty Dad podcast, a discussion on politics and culture. If you're tuning in live, thank you so much for giving me your time so early. We are back with another episode of Dad Talk. Today is actually a fun day. We are going to have two, not just one, two episodes of Dad Talk. This one's going to be a little bit on the shorter side because tonight at 6:30, I will have a dad on. This dad goes by free. Let me play a little quick promo here and kind of get you warmed up for what's going to happen tonight, who I'm going to have on. So let me play that video very quickly here, and then we will get into the show. Hopefully the video is all set up
Quick
correctly.
plug.
Oh,
that Liberty Lady
pause.
also works with
Pause on this for a
Liberty
second.
Dad.
All right, let's pause it. Slow down there, homie. All right, let's see. Let me get this audio adjusted a little bit. This is the one video that I didn't quite get correctly adjusted. So let me adjust that there. And there we go. Okay, so now let me start this over. So this is Freedom Uncut on X. He will be on the show. This is the gentleman on the left, closest to me here in the picture. In fact, let me just remove myself from this so that you can see. And we'll just play a quick little promo here. And why is the video so weird? Okay, I don't know. Let me adjust it like this. There, I think that'll work better. Boom. There we go.
Quick plug. That Liberty Lady also works with Liberty Dad. And I will be the guest on Dad Talk on Friday. It'll be right before our episode of You Aren't a Real Libertarian. So that's on at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And then our game show, You Aren't a Real Libertarian, is going to be on at 8 p.m. So if you want bad parenting advice, I'm going to be on Dad Talk for that. So just do the opposite of whatever I say on Dad Talk, and you'll be a great parent. I have 3 sons, so my youngest is leaving this year, so it's a sad year for me. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's a great show, and that Liberty Lady's awesome as well.
All right, indeed, that Liberty Lady is indeed awesome. So check me out tonight. That gentleman is going to be on tonight. We're going to talk about raising independent children. As you heard, his oldest is getting ready to leave. So now, this, when your child leaves the nest, and I'm not speaking from experience here, I'm speaking from observation. But when your child leaves the nest, that is the true test of how well you did. So check that out tonight, 6:30. That's going to be on the show. Before we get into the show, I want to give you a little bit for the folks that are just listening. So maybe you're listening on Spotify, or you're listening on iTunes, or maybe you're watching you have the YouTube, the stream pulled up, and you're just listening from the side. There's going to be a lot of video and pictures today. So I will do my best to describe everything and to narrate it well enough so that if you're just listening, to the side, you will get a gist of this. But I am just warning you up front that this episode is a little bit heavy on graphics and video, because what I want to talk about, I saw this video pop up yesterday of this dad, and there was some outrage. There was some, mostly I think most people get it. But not the government. So let me show you this article from the Daily Mail, and we're going to watch the video, and then we're going to talk about dads being dads, because that's all that this actually was. Like it just, like, some things are just so absurd. So here's that article. Let me see if I can't make it a little bit better on the screen here for you. I was having a little bit of issue uh, with the browser earlier. It was just not being very cooperative. So, oops, that's not what I meant to do. How about we go back to this? There we go. Okay. So this is what we have on the screen. So let's talk about this. So this, and it's, websites. Look, I'm a web developer by trade. If you're listening and you're a web developer, Stop developing websites where like this tiny little portion of the screen is all I get to read and the rest of it is ads. Nobody wants to see that crap. Why do you think ad blockers are a big thing? Because you guys take up all the real estate and you're like, "Oh, you know what? How about we overwhelm the user with all this garbage, and then the article that they actually want to see, we'll put it in this like tiny little pocket down here on the side." Okay, anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about, but it is a gripe of mine. So figure that out, developers. All right, father uses 3-month-old baby to wipe snow off car in disgraceful viral video. A Texas man who used his 3-month-old baby to push off snow off a car is being investigated by police after a video of the disgraceful act went viral online. Like, this is just like it's already starting out absurd. Like, okay, so he used like we're gonna see the video. We'll see if it's absurd or not. The Port Arthur father, only described as 25-year-old, was seen using the infant as a windshield wiper on a Hyundai Elantra on January 21st during the brutal winter storm that hit the area last week, according to KFDM. In the now deleted TikTok video, the man dressed in dark pants, a white t shirt, and sneakers was seen sliding the baby along the back and front windshield as he laughed. Port Arthur Police Chief Tim DeRizzo said the incident occurred at the O.W. Collins elderly apartments during the blizzard, according to 12 News. In a follow up, DeRizzo also intimated that the child is the man's baby. The Port Arthur Police Department and Child Protective Services. Are we seriously? Child, like, there's there's children out there that possibly are being like actually abused, like beaten, like harmed, very vile things. This is what we send CPS for. Like, oh, you're out having fun in the snow with your child? That's a no-no. Uh, they're currently trying to get to the bottom of what happened after Corey Crenshaw, a well-known attorney in Beaumont, brought the disturbing clip to their attention. Ah, well, at least we know who the snitch was. I'm not suggesting anybody do anything, but maybe you encourage your friends not to do business with him. Maybe this attorney doesn't get very many more clients. Just saying. Since you want to be a snitch about things, we can do things. We don't have to be violent about it. We can just be like, maybe your business goes under. Maybe the free market tells you where to shove it. Duriso questioned the man in the video and soon found out that he was not only the only one there when it happened. The horror. He was not alone, folks. His identity has not been released. It's kind of interesting that they didn't release his identity, but they released the snitch's identity. Anyway, he had 2 other females with him at the time. I feel like this was written by a wrote females. Like, you know who says females? Like robots and teenagers. Like that female over there. Or those weirdo, like red pillish type guys that are like, yeah, I bought my 7th Lambo today because I got so much money and I got all these women. If you're not like me, then you're a loser. Right? Like those guys, and they're like, I got all these females. Like, who uses the word female like that? Women. Women. We suspect one of them was the mom. They checked on the baby. The baby was just fine, he said, adding that the child is still in the parent's custody. Well, at least there's something good about this story. DeRisso said the department is currently looking into the man's criminal history. An arrest warrant is expected to be issued next week. An arrest warrant. Arrest warrant for what? Like, you're going to see in a minute, folks. Like, I'm jumping ahead with my exclamatory, commentary here. But even like, if you just, we'll get through this. Next week through Jefferson County District's office. All right, let's see what else is in there. We confirmed that it was a 3-month-old baby, Derisso said as he shared his dismay with the video. It's a sad situation. I know a lot of people go to social media and they're looking for clicks, but this is not a deal where you should put a baby on the windshield, the chief said, because they will arrest you. They will dig into your criminal history if you have one, and they will get to the bottom of this. Do not do that, folks. Fun is verboten. In the video, although the baby is not seen moving around a lot, at one point the child appeared to jerk their leg. Whoa, that that's serious. Very serious. The, Let me read that again. At one point, the child appeared to jerk. Not exactly like we're sure. It appeared to. It appeared. Big, big deal, folks. By the end, the tiny baby was left covered in snow as the man picked them up and giggled. So he was having fun. I mean, fine for me to get some content and yap about, I guess. I would prefer to talk about something else, but since you're going to go and arrest a man, the video has left many internet users divided, with some insisting that the man should face consequences for his actions and others saying it was just a harmless joke. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this idiot do this. He should not be allowed near any children, one said. This is horrible. And anybody who thinks this is remotely funny is sick in the head. Come on now. Y'all really be doing some crazy ish for likes and views, wrote another. A user said, "This video made me sick to watch." Like, how sheltered are you? That video, we're gonna see the video. We're gonna see if I get sick while watching the video. Let's see, is that it? While many people attacked the man for what he did, others said the two females who were with him should also be punished. The mom needs to be charged too for standing there recording the video. This was taken extremely too far, someone said. Another commenter said, "Just curious if this is the attention he was looking for. Don't think TikTok dollars will cover your bond. And where was the mom to this infant?" A lot of people also defended the man and insisted that a baby doll was used, not a real child. Obviously, he dressed up a baby doll up in the baby's clothes and did this, one said. "Definitely looks like a doll," another said. "Looks like a baby doll. They need to be 100%. It truly does not look real," a commenter wrote. So that's the genesis of today's episode. We're going to talk about a man who seems to be having fun with his child. So let's take a look at the video. You know what? Maybe I am being foolish. Maybe there's more to this video. So let's take a look. Where'd my video go? Let's see here. It's not working. Do. So we'll get that taken care of. Um, there we go. Here's the video. So he's, for those who are not maybe watching this man's got a bundled up baby, 3 months old, and he's wiping off the back of his car, all the snow, just back and forth. Oh, there he picks up the baby and kisses it and giggles. Because that's what abusive parents do. They pick up the baby and they giggle while they're having fun. That was the video. That was it. It's like that little quick video. I- No, he shouldn't be investigated. No, he shouldn't have to go to jail. No, we shouldn't prohibit him from being around other kids. Let me tell you a story. All right. Now, this was before I was a dad. So years ago, I was like 25, 26, somewhere around there. And we lived on like 7 acres of property. So we had a lot of grass to cut. So we had a riding mower and we had like a wagon that we would attach to it. And so my younger brother and my younger sister is 6 years younger than me. My younger brother is 6 years younger than her, 12 years younger than me, if you're doing math this early. And family friends had left their kids. I think they had 3, like 2 girls and a boy, or maybe 2 boys and a girl. I can't remember exactly. They left their kids for me to babysit and watch. I might have even been younger. I might have been like 18 or 19. I don't remember, but I was somewhere in that still relatively youthful age. Um, and so we're out and I'm riding on the mower with the kids in the wagon and they're like, "Go faster, go faster." And I was like, "It doesn't go any faster, kids." So I decided we would figure out how to make it go faster. And um, I had a car. You can see where this is going already. I had a car. And so I attached the wagon with a rope to the underneath of the back of the car, and I drove around really slow on our property. Never went to the street, just on our property. Okay, going around. And so we were probably going twice as fast as the mower would go, the riding mower. Riding mower didn't go that fast. I mean, for a riding mower, I guess you could say it went kind of fast, but it didn't go that fast. But I was going probably about twice as fast. And our driveway was full of gravel. Like, it was just a gravel driveway. So we were going over it. And what I didn't anticipate was that the rope would wear away from the metal like so quickly, and basically the metal would cut it. And so as we are going across the gravel drive, all of a sudden I hear, and I'm watching, but I look ahead to see where I'm going, and then I hear like screams, like ah, and so I look and I see that the wagon has disconnected from the car, flipped over, and there's like an arm here and a leg over here. I promise you, this is a true story. I am not making. I had a wild life. Now, this I wouldn't call this part wild, but maybe some would. So, like, when I tell you stories, I promise you they are true. I have way too many awesome ass stories to make any up. I don't have to make them up. I got fun ones. So this truly happened. And so, like, now I'm flipped out because I'm like, oh my God, they just flipped over. And I wasn't even going fast. Like, I was at least intelligent enough to know, like, hey, just because you got them in a wagon doesn't mean that you can take the car and go 20, 25 miles an hour, even on, even over grass. Like, I had some semblance of reality with me. And so, like, I stop the car, hop out, flip it over, and, like, one of one of our friend's kids had a big old scrape on his cheek, and I was like, "Oh lord, I'm gonna be in so much trouble," right? So, we get them all taken care of, and they're fine, like, they're just a little literally just a little scrape. I mean, he coulda got that same scrape from riding his bicycle and slipping, okay? This is this could have happened. And so, um, luckily for me, the dad was a big kid too. And so they get home. Now, let me tell you, when I was in the mower, when I was sitting on the mower dragging them around, they were all like, "Go faster, go faster." That's probably what they sounded like. And so then I was like, "Well, does it go any faster?" Like, "Faster, faster, faster." So I was like, "All right, we'll figure something out." So then I figure something out and we go faster. They're all excited. They're having a blast. Okay. They were having fun. And again, we're not going that fast, a little bit, maybe I can't remember exactly, but I don't think I was going much faster than idle speed, like just letting the car go, right? And so they're having a blast now because they're going a little bit faster and it's fun. When when all the parents come home, my parents and their parents, when they got there, and the dad saw the first thing those little turds did, they ran over and they were like, "He made me get in." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't make anybody do it." Like, this was like they were willing participants. Now I get it. They're kids. They can't really consent. But there was no made anybody do anything. But that's what they thought. And so I explained what happened, and the dad had a chuckle and he said, "It'll be fine. No big deal." Like, and like now, maybe he was mad, maybe he went, I don't know, but the response to me was like, "No big deal. We're just playing and having fun. I get it." Right? And maybe this wasn't the wisest decision, but it wasn't the worst one. Like, you could have done something way worse, and I get it. You're trying to have fun with kids. You were left with a pile of kids, and you're trying to do something that's entertaining, and they were having fun. And he probably knew his kids. He probably knew that, like, hey, they were excited, and then you get hurt, and then all of a sudden it's like, you made me do it. I didn't want to do that. Like, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Own it, little kid. Own your decision. No, just kidding. But, like, so that I have stories like that. Now, was I a bad person? No. Should CPS be showing up? No. If the dad was really mad, he could be like, "Dude, seriously?" My dad could have been like, "Son, seriously?" And maybe, like, if I was the dad, like, if I was my dad at that time, I might have scolded me and been like, "Come on now. You're old enough. You should have known better." Like, that's man, you could have hurt, like, 'cause that's what us old people do. Right, like, but again, a simple scolding would have been sufficient. So, let's check on the X comments. Let's see what some of the commenters happen to say about this, because I grabbed some screenshots of them, and I think it's kind of amusing. So here, if it's a real baby, he should never be allowed to have any children under his care. So vile. Like, why are people so dramatic? So vile. Like, drama much? Karen? I love the name Karen. I don't know. Some of these people could be trolling. You never know. But we're gonna make fun of them because in a country of 320 million people, I promise you there is somebody out there that really believes any one of these statements. So it's not like I'm just picking on something that never. It's not a straw man, right? There is somebody out there that would believe this. All right, what else we got? I'm sorry. that isn't playing. That child could have been bothered by this bothered. The child could have been bothered by the cold snow. Its neck not being supported and being moved so much. I, have, have you ever seen a dad play with a child? Ever? Like rough play? I give you you could overanalyze any rough play with a child and be like, "Hey, you should have been more careful with his neck. You should have been," and none of these are like I'm not suggesting that you can just play rough with a 3-month-old and be like, "No worries about his neck, it'll be fine." I'm just saying like maybe we use a little common sense here. What else we got? Arrest him. No. Stop arresting people for having fun. You psycho. He should be investigated. Shaken baby syndrome is a real thing. Okay, so I don't know what video you saw, whatever, Livid's Revenge, but I promise you there was no shaking there because I watched it. He just literally moved the baby from side to side, like over here. Now you're over here. Oh, now we're going back over here. Okay. Yes, it is a real thing that didn't happen in this video and can have lifelong implications. Hopefully, it was just a really stupid move with a doll. You people, I'd like to know the parent status of some of these people. Uh, that's not a doll, you morons. You can see the skin flush red. He needs to be thrown in jail for gross abuse and negligence. Okay, Zishan. No, no, he doesn't. But we could throw you in jail if we're just throwing people in jail for, dumb stuff. How about we throw people that make dumb comments in jail? Right? How about we do that? If this is if this is where we're going, this is what we want to do in society, fine. You too. Right? This is so absurd. Bro, that's your child, not a window scraper. Hey, thought criminal. You're a bright one, huh? Graduated at the top of your class? I'm sure you did. Like, I know I'm being really snarky here, folks, but that's because as a dad, I recognize when dads are having fun. You know how they say, like, gangster recognize gangster. Dad recognize dad when they're having fun. Okay. I recognize this. And maybe it's not appropriate. That's fine. Like, not everything is necessarily appropriate, but it's not the biggest deal in the world either. I smell a breakup. Like, what is it with people? I have seen this so many times. Somebody will post something like, and people will be like, I bet his wife's going to leave him now, or her husband's going to leave him now. And it's like almost like people can't wait for people to have their relationship dissolved. Like, what is wrong with you people? Like, I'm not looking forward to anybody breaking up, especially if you have a child together. I want you to stay together, you know? 3 months? I get it if the kiddo is 3 years, but 3 months? Come on, man. I feel like you don't know. I feel like you may not have a child. This is and I get the comment. I get it. I understand. Like 3 months seems kind of like when our son was born. Let me just kind of lay out why I'm being a little snarky. When our son was born, the nurses took him and they were like handling him like crazy. They were like flopping him around, like, and I was sitting over there, me as a brand new parent who's never held an infant. Well, I don't want to say never held, but never had an infant of my own to take care of where I'm holding the infant on a regular basis daily. Right. So like I'm not this guy. And so for me, from my vantage point, it looked like the nurses were just tossing my son around like a rag doll. And I was like, what? But then I had to remember, like, these women do this all the time. So maybe they know something I don't. Maybe a little, and so I was quiet, even though it looked to me like, can you be careful? You're gonna break him. And let's see what last one. If this is real, we have reached a new low in society. Oh, we have reached a new low in society. That new low is that everybody has to comment and take the most, they like you're not like we have a problem with social media, and that's where people will not start with the most charitable interpretation of something. They immediately jump to the words like, "Oh, I can't believe this guy. I bet he abuses his kids. He shouldn't be around any kids anymore. We're in a very terrible society now. If you think this is okay, like we're at this point where people just leap to the worst possible interpretation of something. Now, in the video, the dad is outside, the baby's all bundled up. He's moving it across the windshield. They're having a little fun. He picks up the baby, giggles, he kisses the baby, and then goes and does it again. Would I have done that? Probably not. I mean, I can't guarantee. I mean, when I was 25, I don't know. If I was 25, I might have thought it was funny, you know? I mean, yeah, like whatever. And then go back inside, have a little, have a laugh, some hot cocoa, whatever. Maybe. As a dad today, I wouldn't do that. But I'm not going to judge this man just from that video, nor do I think there's anything necessarily to investigate. Now, if I were talking to him, I might say, well, probably shouldn't have posted that video. Like sometimes you got to be a little mindful because, um, people overreact. That's what they do. And then they want to call CPS and have you thrown in jail and investigated and all this crazy nonsense. Right. So maybe you don't want that kind of attention. But I think it's worth stepping out and saying, defending this man and saying, like, he was being a dad. Now, how can I say that? Number one, I have a 5-year-old. So I've done a lot of things with my son that people would object to. In fact, let me show you a video of something. This was my son. Let's see, it was April of 2020. So he was just a little over a year old. So let me show you this video of me and my son um, in our yard having fun. Because the story about the tractor. Yeah, you might think, "Oh, well, DL's older and much wiser now, and so he would never do anything remotely like that again." And that's actually not true. So here we go. So this is my son. We're on my scooter, and he's got a little bicycle helmet on, and you can see he's nice and chubby. He's got all his baby fat, and we're having fun. Like he's riding the motorcycle with me, or a scooter, technically, right? And we're riding it around the yard. We are not on the street. Right? And you can't tell, but he was enjoying it. I promise you. He liked it. And so this is us having fun when he was barely over a year old. I want to do that again. Oh, wait a minute. I will. Do you know why I will? Because today, at 5 years old, for Christmas, actually, we got him a motorcycle helmet, an actual official motorcycle helmet. So now, because he's old enough that I feel confident that he can ride with me on the mean streets of Jacksonville. Now, we don't get on the highway. We're doing things a little incrementally. I want to make sure that I feel, extremely confident as we venture out to larger and larger roads. So initially, it was just the grass, and now we've moved up. Now he gets to ride on the roads with me. We don't go very often, but it's now, and now he's ready, and we wear a full on, full faced motorcycle helmet because it's fun. That's why. And I can say this because I've done all kind of things that some people would be like, I don't know, that seems kind of dangerous. That's what a dad is supposed to do. Like not all dads will do it, and that's fine, no judgment. But a dad's job is to introduce, scary things to their child, to introduce risk and to teach them that it's okay to take a risk. Hey, dad, watch me climb this tree. I bet you could climb higher, right? Like that's what a dad does. And then the moms are like, "Hey, hey, don't hurt my baby. Don't let him get hurt." My wife says that all the time. She's like, if we go on the motorcycle somewhere, I keep saying motorcycle, but it's technically a scooter. It's like 300cc scooter, so it'll go fast. Like it'll go like I haven't had my son on it when I go, but I have been 90 miles an hour on it. Okay, so it'll go fast, and it's when I leave, she's like, "Don't let my son get hurt." Right? Because in this is I'm speaking in a more generic sense here. Not every single mom will be like that. There will be some moms that are super duper risk takers, and maybe some dads that are a little bit more on the cautious side, and that's fine. But as a general rule of thumb, dads introduce risk, and they teach children how to recognize risk, how to manage it, how to understand when you're taking it too far. Although sometimes dads take it too far. And we all know this. How do I know we know this? Let me show you some memes because I went and dug them up. The memes will tell us. The memes are kind of like our way of laughing and recognizing real life. So here's some memes. This one says, "Rate my gaming setup." Dad playing video game with his child taped to the floor. Right now, like there's no risk there, but dads are doing goofy things. This is what we do. We do fun stuff like this. Next picture here says, "Dads, if I have a daughter, I'm not playing dress up." Dads after having a daughter, and then we've got a picture of Thor all dressed in pink. And we've seen those. I should have grabbed some of them, but it's okay. But we've seen the pictures of like, you know, a big burly man, like, no woman, no man can subdue me. And then the next picture, it's like it shows him with a pile of makeup on his face and this like little 6-year-old girl, excited while she's putting it on. Like that's how like dads will do, risky things with their sons, and then with their daughters, they get, they play dress up, and they might be wearing a tutu and a princess hat or something, and then, a bunch of makeup, right? And so like the dads look like the caricature of a drag person for their daughter, because dads do things to they have fun with their children in all manner of ways, and we already knows this. Let's see, here's another one. "Never leave your kid alone with dad." This one shows the dad, he's watching TV or playing a video game or whatever, and he's sitting on the couch, and the baby is duct taped to the wall. Now, in this case, I'm willing to bet it's photoshopped, but whatever. It was, even if he did it for real, I'm not mad at the guy if, like, unless he, like, left the baby up there for a while. Like, I'm gonna go outside and work in the lawn. Like, yeah, that would be a problem. But if it like, you know, dads do fun stuff like this. I've made funny, pictures to send my wife. Like, I took a green screen and made a picture of my son jumping, and then photoshopped him to make it look like he was jumping off the roof of our garage. And I see my wife was gone, and she's like, "Oh, you guys having fun?" I'm like, "Sure are." And I sent her this picture, right? Now she knows that I'm not going to let our son jump off of the garage. And anybody that saw it should, they should be like, "Okay, well, it's probably photoshopped." Right? Like, if we're going to give the benefit of the doubt, you don't have to be so cautious that you're calling CPS up for every little thing that you see that could potentially be dangerous. All right, let's get a couple. This one's a funny one. I like this one. So it shows a dad or maybe a grandpa, I don't really know, with their, probably like a 6 or 7-year-old kid, and he's got the toilet plunger attached to the back in the store, lifting him up off the floor. Like, this is goofy. Now, could the kid fall down and bust his tooth on the floor? Yeah, like he could get hurt. Probably not seriously hurt, but he could get hurt. And could people get mad? Yes, they could. Or they could be normal people and just laugh and have a good time. Let's see, we got a couple more pictures in here. Oh, this was a great one. It says one of those split memes, and at the top it says mothers, and it's got two moms walking side by side in a park with their kids in the strollers, and then below it says fathers, and it's two men walking, and both of them are holding their children by their legs as they're walking, as if like they're a bag of groceries, right? Like, there is a distinct difference between moms and dads. We treat our children differently, and it's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with it, and people need to learn to recognize this and just not worry about it. Here's another one. This one's kind of cut off a little bit, but it shows mom and dad, and the mom's got like she's feeding the little baby, and she's got like a little baby spoon, and there's probably some little Gerber baby food on the spoon, and then it shows a picture of dad. He doesn't even have a shirt on, and he's got this huge piece of bread with these giant slices of bologna or ham or meat or something like that. Some sort of processed meat, and he's like feeding it to the kid. Right? Like, we do goofy things. That's who we are. So when I saw the video, I was like, like I didn't care. And then I saw the comments and I realized like this man's being investigated. Are you crazy? No, he should not be investigated. He shouldn't be scolded. He shouldn't be anything. And look, if you're worried about people putting out videos for clicks and likes, perhaps you don't promote it. Because, like, if you retweet it, and even if you're saying something bad, like, "I can't believe this," you are promoting it. So it's really weird when I see people, like, they retweet something or they comment and they're like, "Oh, you're just doing this for the likes, the clicks and the likes." Well, it's not clicks and likes, it's also comments, right? Like, because the comments contribute to engagement. So if you're worried about the engagement, stop engaging. But we know what it really is about. You just want to run your mouth. You just want to say stuff. You just got just some of you people just can't help but chime in. And it's just fine. Like that's what social media is for. But it's just really weird when people are like, you're just doing this for the clicks and the likes. Yeah. And the engagement. Thank you for giving it to me. So like for me, I as the official one and only Liberty Dad, I am defending this man based on what I've seen. Now, if we learn about stuff, there's more video that shows something worse, then we can address it then. But based on what I saw, based on what I know about dads, based on my own experiences as a dad and my own experiences as a kid, I'm going to say that kid is just fine. Probably has a good dad. I mean, how many times have we whined and cried, rightfully so, about fatherless homes? And then so many people are trying to make a fatherless home, like send him to jail. That makes a fatherless home over having fun. Because I was going to say something mean, but I'm not. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be kind of nice because you want to be a fool. I was going to say something so mean, but I'm not. I'm going to be nice. But you get it. Like, and hopefully everything that I've shown you kind of, if you were on the edge, if you were like, I don't know about that, hopefully you go, yeah, DL, you're right. Just a dad having fun. I need to stop being a stick in the mud. I don't know if they use those terms anymore, but back in my day, we said stick in the mud. All right, let's get to some comments. Then we're going to get up out of here. All right, so let's see what we got. Do. All right, so why isn't that audio doesn't play? Let me see. I thought I had it the other day and it didn't work. And I like this audio because it helps me in the editing process at the end. So that's why I'm playing the audio. There we go. Yeah. All right, so let's check out some comments. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I got some cool music going on. All right, so let's see here. Do me a solid. Hit the thumbs up on the way in, and don't forget to share the live stream. Make sure to subscribe and follow. Hit the bell so that you always know when Liberty Dad is going live. Says that Liberty Lady. Absolutely, do that. Make sure you hit them subscribe buttons. I'm kind of dancing a little bit, having a little bit of fun today. Let's see. Joe Hanush says it was done pretty aggressively. Maybe, but I think he's fine. Like, I mean, I've been aggressive with my kid when we play, and a couple times he's had to cry, and then we had to be like, all right, you'll be fine. It was an accident. And you'll be all right. And kids play when they do that too. Like they play and they get a little aggressive, and then like, hey, calm down. You know how many times I got to tell my son to calm down with the dog because I'm like, hey, she can't play like you do. Okay, she don't even have opposable thumbs. Okay, so just calm down. Don't swing. Like the other day, he had a rope that they play tug of war with, and he was like swinging it like really wildly. And I was like, whoa, calm down. I was like, if you hit her with that, she's going to be hurt. Like he's aggressive, and it's okay. Aggressive is good. I like it. I mean, and there is that line. I will admit there is a line. But I think he's fine. Let's see. What else? Let's see. Let's see here. We got Joe says, I'll be at a Volusia LP event at 5:30 p.m. So I'll most likely miss it live, but I will listen to the replay. Thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate it. That's going to be a fun show tonight. And if you happen to be listening from Volusia and, this is, you're part of the Libertarian Party, I encourage you to go. I presume it's open to the public. So, check out your local affiliates if you're a Libertarian. If you're not a Libertarian, check them out. Good people, most of them. There's a few that are kind of like, a little crazy, but that's okay. Let's see what else we got. I think that's it. I think it's good for the comments. So that's what we got. Let me see. Let me turn off this music. All right, folks. That was my show for today. Remember, tonight, 6:30 p.m. live. I'm going to be having Free. He goes by the name Free. Free. I think it's Free Uncut, but he goes by Free. He's going to be on. We're talking about getting your raising independent children, because he's got one more that's just getting ready to leave the nest. So now he gets to find out how well he did. So join me 6:30 p.m. tonight Eastern time. It'll be a good conversation. Other than that, let's get to that closing.
Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this episode informative and inspiring. Be sure to catch me Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. for an informed discussion on politics and culture. Make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, or if you prefer my Rumble channel, you can go to youtube.libertydad.com, or you can go to rumble.libertydad.com. While you are there, let me know how I'm doing by leaving me a comment. You can also become part of the community by heading over to libertydad.locals.com. Remember, if you're a champion of liberty, your business is people and your product is liberty. I want you to have a great week. Catch you next time. But for now, I'm out.